Welcome to the Tangentially-Conversational podcast, where the only binding element is our inability to successfully stay on topic. I'm your host, Skeeter the Wife Beater here, and for today's topic, fetishes. We are going to go around the room and we are going to ask each member of the novel squad their fetish, and they are going to offer two answers, one that is supposed to be a meme and one that is legitimate, but we do not state which one is which. So, going first, my boy, Steve Harvey, edition number 2.
The first kink is foot expansion.
What?
The second It's really hard to think of like a normal thing.
Oh,
I mean as in that relates to me, of course.
Yeah.
Wink.
Wink.
I'd say
More like twink.
shut the fuck up. Let's see. I'd say like a sultry voice. That gets my goat. And now LaCroix.
Yeah.
You're two fetishes that are indiscernible from one another.
So fetish number 1, BDSM. Fetish number 2,
Big dick sucking moment.
the best.
The best one.
Hell yeah.
Fetish number 2, feederism.
What is it?
Feedism?
Feederism.
Or feederism?
What is that?
Feedism.
It's basically the...
You give people food and you...
Yeah, you...
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the yum yum in my tum king.
Yum yum in my
Basically.
tum tum.
Daddy's cummy's the food.
So just daddy's coming.
You mean daddy's juice? Daddy needs his juice, boys!
Alright,
You can't just steal jokes like
people,
that.
Yeah, now for the people who can't see it, Skeeter has a flask.
Just
It's just
that just says daddy's juice on it.
yeah,
With a cross.
Yeah,
With
with
a
a cross.
cross.
Of
It
course.
used to say
Praise
Jesus
Jesus.
juice, but we got rid of the religious symbolism. Except for the cross.
Yeah.
Alright, so boozy
Okay.
boos.
First one, feet.
Ooh.
Second one, nipples.
Nipples?
What?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you said
Aren't
nipples. I was about to
nipples
say.
kind of just generic though? Like
Well, a kink doesn't have to be specifically
Yeah.
odd.
It's just something
It's
that
just-
gets your goat.
my
man.
kink is sex.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I mean, there's some people who get off to not having sex.
That's hot.
Oh yeah. Getting ignored while a bald girl folds.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
Folds laundry.
That
And I forgot what style she was using, but it had a specific style in the
Oh, yeah.
title.
It was like Japanese or
man,
whatever.
but that was so quality too. Like I've only seen clips of it. I've never seen the entire thing.
It's okay.
It's just weird.
It's not. The channel of hers is weird because there's other videos like it where it's like, I fucking listen to music and I don't pay attention to you, and she's just sitting there for 20 fucking minutes, and you're like, how do I beat my dick to that?
I'm oddly saddened and aroused.
Tibero, great, or what's it, Tybalt?
Tybalt.
Great Shakespearean person. What be thine doubly kink?
Heck.
As Tybalt would say.
I'm going to speak in Old English throughout the rest of the podcast now.
Please don't. I don't understand Old English.
I'm sorry. I gotta do this.
It's just how it be.
It's what the kids want.
And I must deliver.
I gotta deliver.
It's all algorithm, dude.
Man, it's all the YouTube algorithm. Heck. Spicy kink number 1. Water sports.
Spicy kink number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Burger King water sports.
The worst kind. Not even McNaldo's water sport.
I can imagine it. Just a bunch of
Just
Burger
in a
King
Burger King
employees.
bathroom.
Because they don't give a damn.
No. Because like not only that, like it's just like the food too. Like the food
I
does
drank
water
all your bug
sports.
It's like sausage party.
Yeah, it's so
Except
Okay,
good.
I now wait with
All right,
bated breath.
spicy kink number 2.
Spicy kink number 2. Bara.
Bara?
I might need explanation.
Yeah, I don't
can't
know.
Bara,
I don't
it's
know.
like
I know Guro, but I don't know. I don't remember Bara.
Bara is like big old hairy men and shit. I believe.
Oh, like bears?
Oh, like bears?
They're kind of like bears.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh.
It's just like bears, but like porn with bears.
Got it.
Too tame. Too
It's
tame.
Too tame.
The audacity.
I feel like I know which
I
one
can't
is the
believe
true
you
one.
would say.
All right,
Chlamydia.
McMuffin.
Chlamydia McMuffin. Hi.
Hello, yes, this is me.
That is
I taste delicious.
And we'll also give you AIDS.
That too.
My name's misleading.
All right. Sadism
Okay.
or masochism. Think which one.
Wait, shit, I don't know. What is masochism? I know sadism, I don't know masochism.
Masochism,
you enjoy
like getting your
pain.
fucking shit kicked in.
You
Yeah.
enjoy pain in a sexual way.
Yeah.
Oh man, my two. Loving and respecting your homies. I mean,
That's everyone's case.
if you don't tuck your homies in every night and kiss them goodnight, are they even your homies? No. And if you're not doing it with the full Joseph, then you're wrong.
You also gotta go in with that bedtime story though.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Oh,
give
wait,
them
we
that
didn't
bedtime.
go-
Okay, guys,
Yeah,
so
no, I
we
want a Joseph
already
is.
know.
And we never
so
will.
Wait, what is it,
Okay,
Joseph?
guys, so we already know which one is the meme.
Oh, my next one was just gonna be loving and respecting my sexual partner.
Ooh.
I see which one's real. It's obviously the homies one.
Honestly, fuck my sexual partners.
What if your homies are your sexual
Up top.
What do you do?
It's the same kink trick question.
No, okay, so like.
No, but I get sexual gratification from doing romantic things.
Two homies.
No, not to my homies.
Why not?
Why not? I thought you loved and respected your homies.
I do.
In a
But
paternal
also,
way.
like, you're.
Yeah, in a paternal way, not in a sexual way.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
So it's not a kink, really.
They don't have to be mutually exclusive,
But they are.
They are in the definitions of those words.
but they don't have to be.
You're right.
I
But
hate
fuck
you.
you.
Incest
so,
is
like-
wincest.
All know.
As you
Yeah, so like way before we started like this podcast, we were talking about Joey's, and Joseph's.
Hunter, we're not explaining this.
What?
Yes, we are
not-
now.
no, we're not.
He doesn't
I
understand.
really don't. What? I don't get the context.
So, Skeeter, the wife beater here.
Yes.
I have named my penis.
Depending on.
Depending on the size that it's at, or in what stage of development it is in the erection spectrum. So,
It's a rainbow.
so when it is at its smallest, from turtle dick to just plain flaccid, that's Joe.
Okay.
When it's in the in between, it's a
half Joe.
floppy. It's a floppy.
Bit of a floppy boy, but it's getting there.
there's some structure
There's
to it.
definitely some
Yeah,
structure.
there's something there.
That's a Joey.
Okay.
And full mast is a Joseph. So it grows as the penis grows, as the penile expands. Expandong.
Well,
DK.
wouldn't Joey
Donkey
be turtle
Kong.
dick because a Joey is like a way to say a baby kangaroo, and they hide in the pouch?
No,
No,
it's
no.
based off the size of the name.
Yeah, the size of the name grows with the size of the dick.
Nobody cares about. Nobody wants to fuck kangaroos, Bernard.
Maybe I know a couple people,
except for Mark.
You're
except
right.
who is sadly not with us today.
No,
Yeah.
he's a scaly.
He died from furriness.
He's a scaly, not a furry.
Yeah.
God.
No, because he died from furriness and he was resurrected as a scaly.
Yes.
Oh, that how reincarnation works?
Basically.
That's how Buddhism works.
Because scaliness
Okay,
is a sin
so-
equivalent to furryism. Because they were like, and I guess he lived a karmically neutral life, so they were like,
Just keep it.
just keep it.
No, so anyways.
close enough.
Anyways, so I was talking about how I haven't had a Joseph in like months. the most I can get to is a Joey.
Ooh, that's.
These guys are
wait.
saying I should check. I should
What
get.
is like?
But here's the thing. From his own report, he has a woo at least 3 times a day.
So wait,
Wait,
okay,
it
hold
depends
on.
on the day.
So-
Depending on the day.
Because most of the time it's just one at night. But
How's that?
on days where I don't have anything
Can I
going
try
on and I
these
just have the house to myself, it's like at least 3.
At least 2.
Daddy is.
I mean,
I'm daddy.
So like, do you
Stop.
just
It's
beat
my
one out,
juice.
but you're just not all the way there yet? Like,
pretty much every time.
I mean, how do you know that you are there yet? You just don't want to admit it.
Because I know what it's like when I have a Joseph, and it hasn't been like that in months.
I mean,
By lighting, you just look like you were fucking licking a dick.
And I'm like, whoa!
I just
looked
want
over.
to eat it up.
And saw
You know,
a dick
like,
suck.
these guys are saying I should get it checked out by a doctor, but at the same time, I haven't. The last time that I had a Joseph, I was doing something
Wow, you're
different.
really
Don't put that on a recording. Oh, I was about to say, don't mention what you did.
No, I was doing something different
Illegal.
than I usually do.
No, it wasn't illegal. It wasn't illegal.
oh, okay.
Whoa!
Whoa.
And now for today's joke of the day. It takes all colors to make a rainbow.
Except
Except
black. And white.
Shut. No, but all the colors
the end
in
of
the
today's
rainbow
joke.
combined together equal brown.
So, like-
pigment, yeah.
So like, do you get to Joseph?
Do I get to Joseph?
How
Like,
many
how-
Josephs do you get?
Like
I have a Joseph pretty much every time I get there.
What?
how the fuck?
Yeah.
Every time you get a Joseph, you get a Joseph. Thanks. Yeah, you've heard it here, boys.
I think he means going.
Yeah, like every time I, do the business,
Oh,
it's Joseph.
Every time he visits the spank bank.
I think they were talking more like in
Just
a
like-
day.
Yeah.
In a day?
just unprovoked.
Depends.
See, like,
Y boner.
The
I-
by
Two times a day usually. That's
Damn, I
usually
used to be a
number.
weird ass kid.
But no, like by doing the like, well, not with
Masturbating.
yeah,
And
by
sex.
beating my meat.
Even when I
Like
wasn't at school.
at least once a day, I don't
I
get
don't-
like
A lot
awkward
of my
public
memories are
boners
based on
anymore.
school.
By achieving the
So like,
optimal
I remember stuff that happened in
masturbatorium.
school, but like, I'll go home
Mr.
and just forget.
Okay,
before I
guys,
had
but
any
like,
others.
how has your No Nut November been?
Fuck.
God, I failed the
Yeah,
first
no,
day.
fuck that. I failed
day.
that 5
I
minutes
forgot
in.
about it and nutted at like 12:02.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
what I did. I just
Okay.
kind of gave up at that point.
I gave up masturbating for Lent when I used to be a good Christian boy.
You mean? Wait, you practice Lent for
I
Christianity?
was Catholic.
Oh.
That's
I thought that was an
See,
excuse.
here's the thing. I tried doing that before. And
What do you
like,
mean Judaic? It's based off Jesus.
fasting.
Lent.
Lent isn't fasting.
There's a
No,
lint in
Lent
your
is
belly
giving
button.
up something because Jesus was being tempted by the devil for 40 days and 40 nights.
Oh.
More like
I could have
dumbs.
sworn that was a
Got
Jewish
him.
thing. 'Cause they made bagels
And the
to break their
Americans.
fast.
I think that's something else.
Okay, probably.
Brunchkis?
The Muslims
Yeah,
not
that's
fast
another one, I
sometimes.
But no, so like, like I tried doing that way back in the day. It's like, yeah, nah, this ain't working. B.
Yeah, Ramadan.
When I even had a family that like went to church and I knew what Lent was, I wasn't even old enough to achieve masturbatorial.
Well,
I mean, not with that
I
attitude.
did it once and I actually got physically ill.
Exactly.
Physically
Yeah.
ill
Oh,
from
yeah.
what?
Masturbating is
From
not
the
having
lack
a
of
go.
masturbation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
And you
my
get
skin
irritable
became visibly
when you
paler.
don't.
I became skittish, and like I couldn't focus on anything.
Okay.
And it was good for like the first few days, but once I passed like the second week, I was just a nervous wreck for the rest of the 40 days.
Okay.
You guys
but,
are
like, here's the
weird.
thing, though.
I
That's
literally
like
no,
scientific.
Yeah,
I literally-
it is scientifically proven that masturbation is good for you.
No, it is scientifically proven that you get superpowers if you don't masturbate.
He's right though.
Sure.
Especially
But-
No Nut
Superpowers of being
November.
a bitch.
I've
Talking
literally
about-
never experienced
You
that.
talking about the one critical video where he talked about becoming immortal if you never nut?
And that's why no one's immortal.
No. Oh, well, no, not that, but like also just like the no fap. Just so, like,
Day 4 of no
man,
fap.
like
Day
in
4,000
control
of no
of all of my
fap. I am now telepathic and can read everyone's mind.
my
I can
acne
smell
is clear,
colors.
My crops is in.
My crops are bountiful.
But yeah,
My
like,
weave is forever non-snatched.
but yeah, like
But Skeeter, I really do not understand. What do you mean you just got sick after you stopped masturbating?
I physically, mental health and physical health
Deteriorated to such a point to where it was close to illness.
I literally forget to masturbate. For
I would
like
wake
2
up in
weeks at a
cold
time,
sweats.
and I never even felt any different.
Well, then
Like,
There's also probably a difference between your two like body chemistries.
no, my chemistry is better than his chemistry.
Name
This is
one.
also when I was like
All right.
fairly young.
like
When I used to like pretty soon after I discovered masturbation, so I used to masturbate all the time, like
Well, yeah.
constantly.
That's how it always works usually, yeah.
Yeah. But now I've gotten to the point where I don't masturbate enough that it's really a problem if I don't go for a long time. I will literally forget to sometimes if I'm busy. But then the nuts are great. Oh man.
Oh, see, it's almost like a nightly routine for me at this point.
honestly, I
It is a
do
nightly
it
routine
because
for me at this point.
I've heard
Does
stories.
it help you sleep?
Yes.
Yeah,
it
helps.
makes you feel relaxed.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
helps.
it's
me
a
sleep.
release.
So you get to sleep better.
Yeah, like
I
you,
do it to sleep.
Yeah, like you get a bomb, like you get a bomb workout, a bomb hot shower, and then a bomb nut. Then you're out
don't.
cold.
It's
You're
just
out.
You don't
just gets
burn
me
enough
sweaty.
calories jerking off to consider it a workout.
What?
Bet.
No,
No,
I mean an actual
proceeding.
workout.
Oh,
But then
Then
you jerk out.
a hot
oh my god!
shower.
Oh my god! You're
Then
so
a hot
lightheaded. So it literally makes the nut great, but you're also sore as hell, especially if it's arm day.
Dude, okay, how
And
do-
if it's leg
how do
day,
you
you're gonna
think
get
I feel?
cramps.
I got 2 shots in my JO arm.
Your
Dude,
JO
that's
arm?
right, dude. That's why you gotta be ambidextrous, okay?
Exactly.
Do it with your feet.
Yeah, I can't ambidextrous.
Just do it with your feet.
Guys, a
like I do.
stranger in the bed, okay?
I don't
Like, you
get.
gotta-
I don't understand the people who put, like, who when they tuck their dicks, they tuck it up into their
Texas
waist.
tuck.
Yeah, up into like their little like.
Ugh.
Yeah,
They're-
pointing upwards to the sky.
Like, what if you're freaking...
Exactly. What if your shirt comes up for a second and your dick is just exposed? I'm sorry. I can't do that shit. I always tuck it to the right. Always.
Depending on
Even
how
if
you
it's
do it.
growing to the left,
Ooh.
I will forcibly move it to the right.
No,
Because I am more comfortable with
I'll
that.
let it grow like it did so long ago.
I don't
It's a
even have
Lorax song for it.
I tried to like say a lyric, but then like I was like, the only lyric that I know was like the Timmy one, and I can't even remember if his name was Timmy.
But no, like, see, because I'm a car guy and NASCAR's a thing, I gotta, because, you know, making a left turn, I always gotta tuck it to the left.
Okay, because I thought that you were gonna lead that up to you smashing your car.
Exactly.
And I would have been like, man.
And no
that
one
is
is
so
surprised.
sorry.
Quickie, what's
I
your
would have been like,
favorite-
"Why is that your kink?" Like,
Autophilia.
One thing I heard from other people, just like the eavesdropping that I used to do in like classes.
oh, I love eavesdropping.
I
classes.
heard someone who was like, "Yeah, my first nut was painful, but I did it the next night and it wasn't as painful." And I'm like, "If it's painful, why would you continue?"
Were they a female
Well,
or
okay,
a
but
It was a
male?
dude.
But
Oh.
here's the thing,
That's
though.
even more weird.
When you get blue balled, your nuts hurt, but then it feels good. Like, it's weird. Like, it hurts good.
That's strange.
Have you never been blue balled
so
before?
Not.
It
I
hurts
don't remember
good?
the aftermath.
I did not enjoy mine.
Yeah.
I was in constant pain.
No. Like, I'm talking about the nut you get when you like, get blue balled.
When you release it.
Yeah, when you release.
Release.
I never got a release after getting blue balls.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's never nutted
Unfortunate.
after he's gotten blue, like.
Because either I had to
He's
like
never
walk
nutted,
home
period.
afterwards, or I was just sitting
You
there
don't feel like digging
with
down a
blue
bush?
balls for so long that it just went away.
Well, yeah, I mean, eventually it does go away, or you take my route and just crank one out to get it done and over with.
Or you just crank that soldier boy.
I almost had a chance, but it was ruined. Well, we're not going to talk about that.
Oh no.
Great. This is
You.
Crank
You.
Soldier Boy. Have you heard his song where he basically said "fuck the troops"?
What?
Yeah,
No.
Soldier Boy deadass said "fuck the troops,"
That's
and
funny.
he was like, "You're not fighting for me." And I was like,
What?
You're not
Yeah.
fighting for me.
He's like, your wars aren't my wars.
You're not
Stop.
fighting for Squee.
Yeah, he was like, your wars aren't my wars.
Yeah, that's why they're in the
Okay.
military.
Okay. What?
I mean, it's not like they're fighting people who want to kill you for being in a society that you're in.
Dude, we live in a society.
We live in a society.
Do not.
Cheers.
Wait.
Cheers.
Are
We
you
live
sure
in a
about that?
society.
What
Another
if
round
you-
of daddy's juice.
Wait.
Another round.
What if you don't live in a society, though?
Then you live in anarchy.
Pretty much.
But what if you don't live in anarchy either?
Then you don't live.
Wait,
You're dead.
Can anarchy be considered a society?
Yes.
No.
Chaos.
It's a coordination of
No,
society.
because a society is like a structured, like, thing. Like, anarchy by its nature is not structured. So,
Which is
like-
why it's like labeling nothing. You make it something in labeling.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
It is
Therefore,
a
a
society.
structure in a way that it has no structure.
But
That
that's
is how
not
it is structured.
But that
to
is not
have
a
no
stru-
structure.
But that's not a structure. That's just no structure. It's a lack of a structure.
But it was
That's the
made
thing.
to have no structure. Somebody has to set up an anarchy. You can't just have it. Something has to happen to cause the anarchy.
But having a like thing that makes it happen doesn't make it a society.
It's more. It's like. So you have the whatever normal society and then anarchist society. In that it can be described as anarchy makes it a society, regardless of how structured it is or isn't in its working. Just that it is. The lacking thereof and the definition of that makes it a society.
It's like saying nothing is not something, for it is something, in that it is nothing.
Otherwise, we wouldn't acknowledge it as
Yes.
nothing.
But it's still then it's just the opposite of that something, though. It's
yeah,
its
it
own
is
something.
nothing, but nothing is something
It's its own
because
something, though. It's because
It's the absence of something. Yes.
I promise we have not been
Absence.
smoking herbal substances.
We couldn't have this conversation if we were smoking.
if I was
you
smoking
haven't
right now,
gotten
I
high
would
then.
laugh my ass
I can
off
tell
on
you
all
that.
this.
So let me tell you, you can have some
feel like this
wacky ass
is
conversation.
I feel like
Do
this
we
is the type
own
of shit you
ducks?
talk about when you're high.
What?
I feel like this is
bored.
the type of shit you talk about when you're high.
What I like to contemplate is imagining I've mentioned this to you.
Yeah.
A child being
Oh, yeah.
growing up in a void, able to survive within it,
Oh, I remember this.
and
one.
it has no outside. It has no senses except for touch because it's in a void. There is no air. It cannot hear. It cannot see. How does this child conceptualize things? Because it can sense touch, so it understands that there is something. That it can understand.
But the only thing it can touch is itself.
Exactly.
And it can't see anything because there's no anything.
There's
around
nothing
it.
to touch.
It can't see itself because there's no light source.
Okay.
And
what,
I would
what,
just.
what would it? What?
How would
would
it
think?
conceptualize? How would it think?
Yeah. It's kind of like those wolf children.
There's no
Wolf
there's literally
children?
No
Yeah, the kids that were
Like,
raised by
would
wolves.
they be if
Those
they
are
were? And what would happen if you just introduced them to every sensation all at once?
Oh my! You
They
never
would
introduced that part
probably
of the
go brain
hypothetical
dead.
before.
Yeah, but I just found
They
that
would
I
die of
kinda
shock.
just added that.
Yeah.
They would probably just die of
Yeah,
Would
they're
yeah,
yeah.
because their
Probably.
brains
Your brain
It's
would
like
overload.
sensory overload.
couldn't take all those new
That would
senses
be a lot.
after
If,
so long without
the
them.
touch for themselves was the only thing that they have ever been used to.
Yeah, so that would
And then
be
you give
highly
them
stimulated.
just
Oh yeah,
everything.
their touch would be so overstimulated that they can literally feel every movement they themselves make
Oh,
and
God.
their insides make
You
and
could
everything.
Feel, you could feel
For a split
Oh, yeah, you
second,
could-
and then they just
eating and stuff.
hard stop.
But yeah, if you
Assuming
introduce
it has a
everything at
heart.
once, they would definitely just die. Because the brain would just overload and collapse.
Yeah.
Is that a
I I really don't feel like that would happen.
Is that literally a thing where like you can just be so overloaded with
Overstimulated? Yeah.
information, your
Yeah.
brain will just
Yeah.
die?
Oh yeah, no,
Doesn't
it's like
that happen-
sensory overload is a real thing.
Doesn't that happen to people that are like
It's
locked up in
cerebral
like
death.
prisons and shit, like in solitary confinement, and then like they're just like released, and then they're like they just fucking die, like after being in
Well, wouldn't you
I don't
already
know about that,
like
but-
what you're about to see, or do you forget?
Well,
Like, if you walk
I
out
would
and see-
assume
Well, 'cause they have-
that they get used to.
Well, no, but think about blind people who have never seen before, and then they, something happens and they can see. It's like saying that that's not sensory overload. They can do that, and like
Yeah,
the deaf
but that's
people who
one
can hear
sense.
things. Yeah, but like you're probably not going to be like, I don't know if like.
Well, the way you said it, it was like
I was
They
just saying
just
like you'd
instantly
introduce them into the world. You'd be like imagine like out of the void came a light, and then they walk through the light, or I guess they wouldn't walk because there's nothing below their feet.
they get
But-
transported.
Yeah,
somehow
they go through the light and they can see, and then they would hear things when people would talk to them. Like they would kind of just be introduced how you would introduce somebody who has been in that type of situation. They would see things first, and then they would start to hear things. I'm not saying like they're like it's just gonna be loud noises and bright lights all at once.
Well, I guess it depends.
because
where
that would make more sense to me. I'm saying like you just like
where would
bring
they
it out.
land?
no,
though,
because
then.
you
Because
you
if
know,
they
but
landed in
remember,
New York
like
City,
that.
then that's what they would probably
like
experience.
I don't know,
But if
like
they
a
landed in
hospital.
like a little field or something, or in
I'm saying like a hospital.
Hospital might even be too much because of all the
Yeah,
talking.
there's
and
a lot.
lights and-
There's usually a lot of talking, lots of
smells.
bright lights.
so like maybe what is this like some deep lore type shit where like some guy's been trapped in a void but really he's just in a coma or some shit? That's some deep lore, dude.
Yo,
like,
Because
he's
he's
more to
it
what?
isn't that he hasn't had those senses, it's just that he hasn't experienced them.
Huh.
No.
He has the senses.
Wait, you said every sensation?
Like or just like one at a time kinda. Even then. But like just in a way that would allow them to experience it and not just instantly fucking die.
But you mean like the sensory inputs and not like just like base pain as it like accelerates ad infinitum and then it switches to like pleasure or something?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying like they see visual things. And then they can hear. And then, and then they taste things for the first time.
Would
And-
his name be Rupert?
I'm sorry. It has been a long-running meme that Rupert is a bad name. It is. And I'm sorry if your name is Rupert.
And
You're an unfortunate victim of fate.
Okay, so
Their parents are.
So you mentioned a coma, and that actually reminded me of a news story I heard. Some dude that was in a car accident 12 years ago went into a coma, and he just woke up.
Oh,
Happens all the time.
Oh, there was
What do you
one
think?
Like, think about it though. 12 years ago, what? Like the first iPhone wasn't even out.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do you
Yeah.
just be in a coma for 12 years?
What do you mean?
what do you mean?
Because you just like take a long nap.
You just
I know,
take
but,
it.
like,
you
like,
take a
man,
big boy nap.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
take a really
understand
fat.
So,
like
basically-
a pH.
how
fat
comas
nap.
work?
Basically, isn't it just that you like your body and brain get so damaged that your brain's like, okay, we're gonna go into like
Hibernation mode.
Emergency,
Yeah,
like-
hibernation mode while we
Emergency
heal.
So your
sleepy
brain
boy mode.
makes the decision to
Literally.
go into a coma?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's an instinctual, like you have no control
Okay.
over it. Your body just kicks in and you're just out for like
And
months,
then
if
whenever
not
your
years.
brain...
And you
people-
can medically
Right.
induce them as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Do people like remember like anything
Depends.
that happens?
There was
Some do.
There was
Some can
one
hear.
guy.
one guy. Oh man, you better not be thinking the same thing I am.
His family abandoned him, and they talked about it while he was in the room. And he woke up and he's like, "Yeah, I fucking heard all of it."
I can't believe you guys would do this to me.
Yeah. Like he just woke up and he's like, "My fucking family hates me."
Oh my God.
Christ, I
It
wanna
was
go back
terrible.
in the coma.
Yeah, put me back under.
Yeah, can I
Screw this.
stop, please?
Like, wouldn't it be awesome if you just went into a coma for like I don't know, like years, but then you were like transported to some dream world in your mind or some shit?
You probably can be.
Oh, you have
I don't know
lucid
what
dreams?
they experience.
Like you have a
That'd be
lucid coma.
freaking
I've heard
amazing.
in some instances it's just a lapse of time.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I just think it'd be like a lapse of
It's
time.
either a
like
lapse
I
of
don't know if
time-
they would dream.
Well, that would be really jarring, you know?
Well,
It's
yeah,
like-
you wake up physically older and the world around you has
Not to mention
changed.
you've not been moving, so your muscles are like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing. This guy, his mom, bless her soul, for 12 years, her daily routine has like she wakes up and massages this whole guy's body to prevent bed sores and to prevent his muscles from just like committing seppuku.
What a fucking
Oh
mom, dude.
man,
What a
what a
fucking
G. What a G.
What a G.
Yeah, they got to go through like a lot of physical therapy afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
'cause their
If
muscles
your
are
I just got it. I
muscles
just got it.
aren't massaged, would you just wake up and not even be
It's
able to
it's
move?
bedhead. You can't.
But no, like,
Without
just
water-
imagine this.
without water and
Imagine
time, you
when
can't.
you
I just have messy hair
When
because
you-
I took a big boy nap before.
This catch just been later. The more you get,
Oh
Copyright.
No, so like just imagine though, imagine when you get into that car accident, the like Razor flip phone is like the most it is the most advanced technology that we have.
Like you freaked out when you saw the Razor
Yeah.
flip phone. Okay?
and then you go to sleep for 12 years. You wake up
And you just see
people-
someone holding an iPhone.
Yeah,
And
people have like
waifus are real.
yeah, and like people literally have computers that fit in their pocket.
Yeah.
It's just like you wake up, the first thing is, are anime waifus real? What? No.
No, put me back on.
Put
it.
me back
In.
I can't. There are no lollies. Good night.
It's genetically possible to make cat girls. They're just not funding it.
That's not a real article, by the way.
I know.
Have they found Bigfoot yet? Have they found Bigfoot yet?
Bigfoot is a dumb conspiracy.
So is,
Satellite imaging alone would be able to find them.
so is most cryptid cases.
Yes.
Like,
If they found Bigfoot, what would they do?
they would say, hello.
That's it.
Study it?
Like you just have Bigfoot now.
You
What
have a
have you
very...
gained?
No,
Why
you'd
would you
study
want
it.
a really big foot? What's the point?
Well, anthropologists would go absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like,
But they're anthropologists. They have anthro in their name. Who gives a shit?
Dang, you're right.
There's a point. There's a
because
point.
they'd be like, holy crap, we can study the missing link to help better understand human
Holy
evolution.
moly! I can fuck this gorilla man.
And,
And it
It's
won't
crazy.
be, and it won't be illegal because we just discovered it.
It's not, it's not
illegal because they
bestiality.
didn't classify
If the
them
government
yet.
doesn't know what it is.
It doesn't know. We don't know if it's an animal or an alien or a robot.
And that
Or my
is
dad.
that is the level of ambiguity that I
It's just someone's dad who's been lost.
He's just very
He just
hairy.
comes out. He's like, "Hey, oh." People just run away from it.
You know, I really feel like, like media about AI and stuff seems really unrealistic. Like, Detroit Become Human. Imagine if that shit happened today.
Whoa, I don't really know the plot.
Okay, so basically, AI becomes real and they can start feeling human emotion.
Okay.
The second that would happen,
robots.
there would be so many people who would instantly be behind them. You know, once they are able to ask questions alone,
With the rate on how our culture is going, probably, yeah.
yeah, like our culture is becoming too accepting
Yeah,
for that to happen,
exactly.
in my opinion.
Which is problematic. If
We
you
literally
read,
made
like,
a game about it, so
all
like
the Cold
it's not
War
gonna happen.
literature.
Well, like, have
Yeah.
you guys seen Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams?
I love that movie.
Yeah, like it'd be a situation like that, except it'd be like in masses instead of one robot.
You know, in my English class today, we legitimately read a short story that said the two founders of Google are now spending their research time on trying to create AI.
They are.
That's how we
Ooh.
get the Matrix.
That's not good.
They are trying to make.
Let's make our own robot overlords.
Even though one of the laws of robotics is please don't give them brains.
Well, wasn't
Well, no.
there wasn't there like
There's
a whole
there's
thing?
supposed to be limitations in their programming
Yeah.
that they cannot harm a human.
But who says like a computer that gets smart enough will just for whatever reason it wants to just edit them out? Because
Or override them.
because if a computer gets smarter than us like so many times, who says it even has to follow us? Who
Dude,
says it?
computers are already smarter than us.
Yeah, well, not
A
in
com-
terms of.
No,
The full thing.
a computer beat the world chess champion.
Okay, but who gives a shit about chess?
Is
Yeah.
a point.
I also feel like a lot of people bring up the argument that that robots would just like that AI would just kill humans, but I don't think they don't have a value of life.
Yes, they would lack empathy, so they can, but they would also lack murderous intent.
Yeah, they would not. They would have no reason.
There
to.
would have to be like a powerful enough program with some kind of logical error in there for that to happen.
Well, no, either that or we get a Matrix situation where they're like, oh, we can use humans as a power source.
Yeah, biofuel.
Well,
And then-
humans are not an efficient source of energy at all.
Well,
that would not work.
If you consider that we give off heat, we give off body
We
heat.
give off a
Yeah,
lot.
but
we
how
are
much?
not-
But how many calories?
We would
How
not
much
be able to.
food stuff would you have to
One
produce?
human would not, or like even our whole population would not be a good power source, like at all. Like we don't
We
give
would
enough
cost
energy.
too much.
We don't give enough energy.
But the AI don't care how much things cost.
Yes, they would because they have to
They're all
understand
about
resources.
Yeah, they do.
So honestly, the best way they would do is they would probably use
They would
use a clean energy source that never runs out.
Or they just harness the sun because they don't.
That's
care.
exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say they would use clean energy. Realistically, because those won't run out. And they would want a source that would never run out.
Well, they would still probably use other energy sources, though, right?
Why? Why would you use fuel? Like, why would you use fossil fuels? Because they're eventually going to run out, and you're gonna have to switch to them anyways. So why get rid of a fuel source when you can
Because
just
would it-
use anything?
Because with all the different stuff they take out, like of the Earth, they can replace it with I don't know more machinery or something. Just
What?
like
What, they're going to replace
Re-say your sentence, because that didn't make
Okay,
sense.
natural resources.
yeah, like imagine if they take out every oil well in the Earth, every natural gas thing, everything that can be considered a natural resource,
Okay.
like that can make power. Like, wouldn't they be able to put like more things in their place? Because I assume the machine would build more on the planet.
They would build more natural resources.
No, they wouldn't build the natural resources. They would build more, I don't know, machinery for themselves or something.
Out of what? The
What
natural
would
resources
the
are
machinery
gone.
do?
Well, no, I mean like the natural resources that produce energy. I mean,
Okay, but but what would these machines that are creating the new energy run
Expand-
on?
what do you mean? What do you
You're,
mean
okay,
run
you're
on?
you're saying
We're
that
gonna take out the oil and put machines in.
yeah,
What the
and
fuck?
do
Why'd
the
you put
machines
machines
make
in
energy?
there?
Well, the machines can be there for like expanding the computer system, expanding its memory. It could be for producing different other things that it needs.
So what machines would do even without natural resources?
Yeah.
Well, they still need natural resources to like build themselves.
But not energy ones. They would need
Yeah, like they
But
don't need to
energy
make
iron and
they're not-
steel.
They're not gonna make computers
That's what they
out of
need.
fucking coal.
I don't think you're
their
understanding.
limitation is
You're
iron
not
and
understanding
steel.
what I'm trying to get at here.
No, because
And
it doesn't
silicon.
make sense.
Because you're not understanding, and I'll just drop it.
you're making machines.
I'll just drop it because I don't think I can express what I mean in the right way, because you're obviously not getting it at all.
I know, and I'm trying to understand because you're
Don't
just
worry about it.
You
confusing.
make cavities and then fill them with more machines.
That's
but
not what I'm saying exactly.
Then what was the whole point of the natural resources?
Never mind, dude. Just never mind. You're not getting it.
No, because the point was bad.
No, you're not getting it, though. I just can't explain it.
yeah, no,
because
Someone in the comments, tell me if this point made any fucking
Yeah.
sense.
you're not understanding my point. It's the
Okay,
bullshit.
all of us
Yeah,
are
no,
not
I don't
understanding.
understand.
And your point is either so bad or so incomprehensible that none of us can make ends meet
I'm
with
just
it.
bad at describing what I mean, so yeah, no.
You just told us that machines are replacing natural, like
That's not
the
what I said.
areas that natural resources
That's
are
not
in.
what I'm saying.
You said
That's
get
not
rid
what
of the
I'm-
get rid of the oil wells and put machines there.
That's not
what are
what
they
I was
doing?
saying.
That's exactly what verbatim.
That's
Play
not what I
play
was
it back. You dead ass said these
Peter,
words.
you're
Got rid of the
can't say
oil
that word.
wells.
Oh crap! I can't say that word.
You
Damn
said
it.
if we got rid of the oil wells
You're
and
pissing me
replaced
off
them
because
with
you really
machines.
don't know what I'm trying to say at all.
That was that was your words verbatim.
that is
No, it
exactly
wasn't.
what-
Verbatim.
That's literally
No,
what
it's
you
not.
said.
Verbatim. We will play it back.
he's-
You will edit it and you will play that
He's
back.
saying
Peter,
the
that's
sentence
not what I was
backwards, but
trying to
that is
say.
verbatim.
That is verbatim what you said.
But that's not what I'm trying to say.
Then say it again.
Then
One
say
more
what
time.
you meant to
One
I
say.
can't
more
even
time.
remember what I'm trying to say because I'm arguing you with the arguing with you about things.
You've lost the imagery of what you were trying to convey?
Yeah, because I've been arguing with you over it for 10
That's
minutes.
the one thing you don't lose!
Yes! Because if you're arguing about it, you should know it. You should have the
forgot.
concept in your head if you're arguing about the concept.
I forgot because I'm
wondering.
arguing with you that you don't understand what I'm trying to say.
For those of you wondering what the thematic consistency here is, they're both trying to build up sexual tension, and it's working pretty hard.
I will fuck his ass later.
I
will fuck you later.
Okay, let's be real.
You will understand.
If either of us is a bottom, it's definitely you.
Oh, shit! He's got
Nothing goes in my ass. Period.
It doesn't have to. You have a mouth.
It goes in my mouth. Period.
You have a urethra.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you have a boyfriend? Well, you look like the type of girl that can use two.
Would you like
Where
the
did that
second
come
one?
I don't know.
That's a reference to before.
That's just
That was never recorded.
What?
that's just a statement he says every now and then.
Why?
No, because
He'll be talking to other dudes.
Like I am slowly becoming Johnny Bravo. So
Yes.
Johnny Bravo.
you mean an incel?
Johnny Bravo is
At least Johnny
Oh my God.
Bravo tried.
He's literally the most Chad incel to ever exist.
He's like
amazing.
a
wait,
dude.
what the fuck is it?
He's like a
That's
yin
the,
yang.
that's the
Voluntary
contradiction.
celibate.
That's the funny part.
Right?
What?
Involuntary celibate.
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
Somebody who wants
You're
sex but cannot achieve it.
Oh, hey, that's me.
No, but they're angry at, but they have a specific outlook. Most of them do.
Yeah.
It does vary. There's their brain cells and the, God.
The brain cell subreddit.
Oh God, that one's bad.
black pill there is.
But basically, most of them have the idea that it is hopeless. They will never achieve.
They're either that ugly or just that unpersonable.
Yeah, and they.
I mean, I am that ugly though.
and they. Not that bad.
They are worse.
No,
You're not
they
that
like
bad.
look like
Trust
they're.
me.
But here's the thing though. Most of the incels are not bad looking people. They just have this perception of themselves.
They're literally basically cock blocking themselves.
Hi.
Yeah,
That's
like
me.
like the most famous
really don't
example
wanna
of
be an
any
incel.
and I know
I
just
don't
saying
wanna be an
his,
incel.
and I won't say his name. He's not a bad looking dude. He could easily. I think it was just his personality, but he
Yeah.
always defined it to his looks.
Don't talk about Kim Jong Un like that. Come on.
Are you saying he could not get any pussy once? If so, I'm going to have to call North Korea on you.
Oh no.
I put him on the phone.
Yes,
Hello,
Petty Kim.
hello, Mr. North Korea. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Roll.
Yes, it happened again.
In the Korean language, they have a word that sounds way too close to the N-word. So I'll be listening to K-pop and I'll just hear it and I'm like, wait, these aren't black people. I'll have to stop and look and I'm like, oh yeah, that's just a word they
Oh yeah,
have.
I know. I've heard it. Yep.
It bugs the shit out of me. 'cause
Isn't
I'm
the
like,
N-word just like the Chinese version of like or something? Like I heard that somewhere. Like
probably not.
the Chinese like there's like how people say that kind of thing.
Yeah, I
when
know
they're
what you
thinking?
mean. Like the imposition words.
Well, apparently there's in China they say ni and then
Ah,
yeah.
that makes
And,
sense.
Like
Could.
people get
No,
confused
I
about it
don't
all
quite
the time.
know. Why don't you finish what you were
Could
saying?
you please pronounce the entire
I know.
statement
Can you not?
Slowly.
into the microphone?
ASMR into the microphone.
Nickelodeon. I fucking hate those guys.
Okay, guys.
Naggers.
Guys, but like here's the
Randy.
thing though, guys, here's the thing though, I feel like the most exciting thing about turning 18 is that I get to go on Nickelodeon and like Disney.com without my parents' permission.
Hell yeah.
I'm a bad boy. I never asked for my
Yeah.
parents'
Why
permission.
do good
I was
girls
on
like
Club
that
Penguin
guy?
at 13. I had no parent permission.
You madman! You absolute madman!
You're going to jail, you know that?
You're fucking sicko.
I'm calling North Korea.
People like you make me sick.
This is how you get your sick kicks, you fuck. Disgusting.
Oh,
Honestly. You know what I really like?
Yaks.
Neither do I.
Oh wow.
Oh.
You know what I really like? Yaks. Yaks are great because their milk is actually 100 times better.
They're
than
Chinese
cow milk.
knockoff cows.
He's right.
Prove me
Fight!
wrong.
Fight!
I changed my mind.
I will literally fight you right now over the glory
I
and
wanna
honor
make-
of yak.
I want to make one of those change my mind like posters, but I want to put like, I am who without. Change my mind. Just like indiscernible, random, shitty English.
Change
like
my mind.
bootleg English.
Change mind my.
Change mind. Mind.
Oh no. Oh no, the head transplant.
Realize.
The head transplant. There's just a body there. Change my mind.
Change my mind.
Fine.
My.
Fine.
My.
Fine.
Okay, but have you ever fucked a seagull?
Exactly. There.
Yes.
You can't-
Is that your kink?
No.
And I also fucked Smeagol.
You know,
It was not enjoyable.
Don't address him.
Please don't.
You know, like the-
gloss over it.
those-
don't acknowledge.
you know those Freaky Friday movies?
Yeah.
Do you know
Unfortunate.
the Freaky Friday song?
It's bad. You know what? I'm gonna say
So-
it right now.
so are the
Little Dicky
movies.
is not funny.
So are the movies, but I always contemplated the idea of that, and I was like, doesn't make any sense because your consciousness cannot pass to another person unless the whole brain is being removed and put into someone else.
Okay, but what are the ones?
I
Now-
always
now
assumed
you're-
it to be like a spirit swap.
No, yeah, like
But the conscious, no, because here's the thing: if your consciousness was to swap with somebody else, but without the brain, the entire brain, that would mean that their consciousness would have your memories, all of your nurturing, meaning that they would just be you.
Well, see, okay, here's my.
But
because-
then does that technically mean we're always in Freaky Friday and we just don't know it?
Yeah, I don't know if my brain has changed.
No, okay.
Your brain could have changed
See,
with.
No, I would
Here's-
change perspective, but I
Here's
would.
my thing. So you guys
Oh,
know,
God.
you guys know from like the last podcast that like ghosts and spirits and shit. Like I'm kind of like I'm a believer in that stuff, right? So you're
Sorry.
Not a
it-
trend.
my theory, I guess. You know, so your brain runs on electrical
Yeah,
impulses, right?
Khalifa.
And ghosts and spirits are supposed to be able to manipulate, like electronics, right?
Holy shit.
So your brain is basically your spirit connects to the rest of your body via your brain because it runs on electrical impulses. And
Maybe-
That's very interesting.
and then my
I hadn't thought of it as
I
that.
don't. Well, here I don't think about those types of things because I'm not a believer.
Maybe like ghosts
I
are
enjoy-
just like.
I do
You
the
know how,
Sophocles
like-
thing where it's I don't believe in it, but I like indulging
Yeah, I
in
like
the
acknowledging
ideas.
it,
Yes.
You know, like how, you know, like as 3D beings, we cast a 2-dimensional shadow?
Well,
Maybe,
four-dimensional beings would have three-dimensional shadows.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Maybe that 4-dimensional beings cast 3-dimensional shadows, and those are just ghosts.
That's already been. There. I actually read a. I read a
That
story
was
on it.
literally the plot
Really?
of Interstellar.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Wait, yeah.
That's-
I know.
that
I
was
read
the
a
plot
story on it
in
when I was like
Interstellar.
7. For some reason, they decided to let that was like something that we had to read. Was a little story about a kid who was living in the 4th dimension, and that like it was his shadow. His shadow was what people perceived.
That's Donnie
And
Darko
you-
too. The tube thing that comes out of people's chests. That's the 4th dimension because it's time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
and that his shadow was actually what was him.
Wait, but if you were to perceive something in the 4th dimension, right? Would that mean you see someone's whole life all at once? Is that how that would work? Because you perceive time.
It's all of time at once within one state.
Hmm.
So yes, you would observe everything all at once if you were to observe all of the 4th dimension.
That'd be lit.
So how do
no, hold on. So
That would
have you
be
guys-
fun.
That would be
So like
But you'd have to be a 5th dimensional being because we perceive the 2nd dimension, and the 4th dimension perceives the 3rd dimension, and the 5th perceives the 4th.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'd have to be 5th to perceive all of time at once. I don't know what the 5th dimension is.
The 5th dimension is alternate timeline.
Oh,
testing.
that's what it was.
So not
Were you
only
gonna say
can
something?
you...
Okay,
So if you were to
so-
perceive... Oh, God.
that makes you think because of the whole three-dimensional
Yeah.
shadow thing.
Mhm.
So it's
I don't know how familiar you guys are with like paranormal
every
shit.
possible
Oh
timeline
my
in this current...
Well, like, are you guys
in
familiar
this
with the
current,
idea of shadow people?
in this current...
Oh, no.
laws of the universe. I mean,
the ones that like stand up and like do stuff.
No, like
Just like completely
The seventh
black.
dimension.
Yes.
they're completely
Would be
black
like,
figures.
Yeah.
That
every
will like
possible
fuck you
timeline
up.
I've heard of
in
them.
every possible.
What if shadow
Physics.
people are just the shadows of people in the fourth dimension?
Wait, what now?
Shadow
What?
people.
Are you familiar with,
Like
with
just
shadow,
the
like,
devoid like
basically people
creatures
people
that are just
think
like
they're
completely
spirits.
black.
Oh,
They're basically people that think they're like evil spirits. and
I've
shit.
seen. I've
Hunter
seen
was
those.
like that would be a fourth dimensional person's shadow.
Yeah. What
What
if
if
you
three dimensional shadow?
Okay, but what if
Yeah,
you punch
yeah.
it in the face?
Well, you can't.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, it's a shadow.
Oh,
It's-
You can't
it's
punch
a
a
literal
shadow, can you?
shroud. Like,
Okay, but what if I have the ability to punch shrouds?
Then you're a loser.
That's my power. That's just my power.
Yeah, that's,
Then
yeah,
that's my
the
key.
superpower that you
Oh yeah.
here's
Here's-
handpicked.
I don't actually hurt the person, I just
here's
hurt
a
their
picture of
shadow.
basically what a shadow
Like, that's
person
what
is.
people would think.
There's a movie. That one's it's sleep paralysis. That's from
Yeah,
the
no,
sleep
people-
paralysis.
people-
movie.
Hey,
people
sleep
see those-
paralysis.
I encountered it
Oh,
once.
Ty,
and
we
I
had a big
fucking-
conversation
oh,
about
I-
that.
Oh, God! I, with
oh,
the with
yeah,
the
no.
hallucination
Oh,
over you.
yeah, no,
Yes.
because like I had because I had that before.
Ty
Like,
legitimately like saw a Slenderman-like figure
Yes!
outside of his door.
Yeah.
You know,
I
'cause,
saw
like,
it on the
literally.
cusp of my bed.
I
I
don't
was
take
I
this
was
the wrong way, but
terrified.
I've had sleep paralysis 3
Oh,
times.
I would have
Don't
died.
remind me, man. That was
If
the
I
one
saw
time
that type
in
of
life
shit.
where I was actually afraid
Yeah.
to
But
live.
no, like think about it though.
Like,
What if shadow
especially
people?
since you can't like move.
Yeah.
But
Like,
what?
you
Sit
just
there.
like
You
there's,
feel like the
only
terror is
world-
holding you back. You
Yeah.
don't feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can't. You just
And
feel
then,
so
like,
scared.
And then then like you have that pressure on your chest too.
I
And then,
once.
like I just that
Oh,
was
no,
terrible.
come sit on your chest.
Never again.
No.
We are not discussing.
There's this one really like well-known author of children's books, or not author, illustrator of children's books, and he has sleep paralysis, right? But this dude keeps seeing for like a month straight. He would wake up in the middle of the night, and he would see like a really pale child with a fucked up head sitting in a
fucked up head was
hold on. Like he had a dent in his head.
Like a deformed head.
okay.
Yeah.
And he would see this kid sitting in a rocking chair in the corner of his room, and then the kid would stand up and just stare at him, right? And he can't do anything. And then this one day he was in a library or something, and this little girl came up to him and was like, "Oh, you've seen David. You can ask him 2 questions, but don't ask him a third, or he'll try to kill you." Right?
That's some like Japanese like
But
schoolgirl
I'm
myth
actually
type
dying
shit.
on the inside right
Don't ask
But
the
no,
toilet
here's-
ghost.
Here's the thing. So
What are the
this
3
kid.
questions?
So this kid, Dear David, right? So
Watch
this guy.
watch where
Is this
you-
like a
'cause the mic.
creepypasta?
No, like this dude keeps he puts things on Twitter, and he puts videos that he has and pictures. So this dude, fucking asked.
I want to see this Twitter now.
So
Yeah, exactly.
he asked. So the next time he saw David, he asked him 2 questions. He asked, oh man, I forget what he asked.
How can I say the N-word without black people getting mad at me?
That is
Just be black.
the kid responds, "Easy A."
But no, so he asked him.
No hard
how-
R.
No hard R.
So he asked him if he died there, and then he asked him how he died, and then he forgot about the third question thing.
Well, you would think that like
That'd
you
be
would
very
think the
important
only
for that.
thing
But no.
that like you were warned about.
So
That
here's
you
the thing.
wouldn't forget
So
in,
the
like,
first
a minute.
question was, did he die there? And he was like, yes, this used to be a store.
Yeah.
And then the second question, how did he die? He was like, a shelf fell over on me.
And probably hit
Thus-
him in the head.
Yeah, thus the deformed head. Then
football ass head.
the third question.
Fucking Hey Arnold looking
Hey,
ass.
Arnold.
So what
Then
was the third question?
the third question he asked him was, who pushed the shelf? And the kid just didn't respond, and then he just like went away, right?
See ya.
But then like spooky shit started happening in his house. Like he took a trip to Japan, right? And he had motion sensor cameras to like watch his cats because he had 2 cats. and all of a sudden, like, shit was just like flying off his bookshelf, and a rocking chair in the corner of the room would just start rocking, and like his cats were like nowhere near him. So then he moved to the next apartment up, and his cats at exactly 12 o'clock every night would sit in front of his front door and just stare at it. Like there was something
that
on
could
the
be a
other
good thing though, because cats are like presumed to be guardians against the evil.
Egypt. That came from ancient
Yeah.
Egypt.
But then here's the other thing. Whenever his cats would do that, he would open up, because it goes out to the hallway of his apartment building.
Yeah.
He would open it up, and he had a Polaroid camera. He would take a picture, and no matter where he was standing, and the hallway would be lit, right? Like it'd be well lit all the time.
Yeah.
No matter where he stood, no matter how he took the picture, the hallway would always be black.
Well, I'll go kill myself now.
I've had sleep paralysis 3 times.
Really?
Did you
What?
get any spooks for it? With it?
Oh my, yeah. I had one immediately after one of my nightmares.
Oh,
That's just a slap
no.
to the face.
That's
And I saw
God.
and I saw something from my nightmares
That's bad.
twice,
Freddy Krueger?
and it was horrible.
Was it your dad?
No, it's this. You've read that one story that I wrote.
Oh, yes, I did.
What?
It was that.
It was one of them.
Hot shit, that's scary.
Yeah,
You
it was
basically had a nightmare about going to hell.
And it's a recurring nightmare that I have every once in a while, but a lot of the events change.
Yeah.
It's not often the same thing.
I have something like that. Yeah.
And basically, what I saw was this creature that was very large, and it was clad in a dark cloak that hid everything but its hands and its face.
Right.
And basically what it had was a lipless smile with rows of sharp teeth in its maw. And it had kind of like a snake-like nose, kind of flat with like the kind of nostrils.
Yeah.
Bloodshot eyes with no irises, so just tiny pupils.
Yeah.
And just grinning at me.
Ooh.
And in my dreams, it literally ripped people apart before it would eat them. Yeah, that was one of them. And then...
And you saw that at like when you couldn't move in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the foot of your bed.
immediately after I had a dream about it.
I don't have
That's
nightmares
just
that
God
often.
telling you you're going to hell.
And then another one was maggots.
Maggots?
That's rough.
fun.
Because I have, and that's also in my nightmares.
You know what
I have a dream where there's a great sea of maggots.
Uh-huh.
And there are these monstrosities laying upon the shore that toss in people into the this maggot sea, and the maggots eat their flesh as they are enveloped within it. And basically, it looked like maggots were literally like pulsating out of my drawer.
Oof.
Like they were falling out, and it freaked me out. And then another one, I'd never had a nightmare about it, but it was just like this weird dog-like creature that had a really weird smile and
Smile, dog,
sharp
dog.
teeth.
Smile,
Smile,
dog,
dog.
dotty.
Yeah, and
Oh
it just
my
like
God.
and it like
Yeah.
went on, and it was on the bed when I woke up, and just inched closer, and then it was just gone.
There was a... I get two things
And
to
I'm
say.
terrified. I'm watching this thing with sharp teeth, like
I'll tell you
drooling,
all about it later.
and then it's slowly inching closer
Yeah.
to my face, and then it was just gone.
There was two
See, this
things.
is why I always sleep like with my face to a wall, because I don't want to see this shit.
Oh, I can't sleep with my face to a wall.
Why
I
not?
I know
can.
that the way to prevent sleep paralysis is to like sleep on your side or your stomach.
I always sleep on
I
my
sleep on my side now, but
Yeah, I always sleep on my side.
Yeah, same.
I cannot face
the
away
one
from the door.
Oh,
For-
is it,
well, that-
is the
that's
bed like
actually-
not positioned that way?
No,
That's
no,
actually an
no.
evolutionary thing.
No, for fear
Yeah.
of just something coming at me and me being the wrong direction to react. In fact, in the Mongol Empire, it was illegal to sleep with your head not facing the door because you would have less time to react.
Neat.
Well, that's also an evolutionary thing. Like, it's worked into our brains that you have to face wherever danger can come from.
Yeah.
I just
Have
don't
you
want to
ever
look at it. If they kill me, that's cool, but I just don't want to look at it.
At like the end of a nightmare, or like it wasn't a nightmare until the end, and you got like a fucking jump scare, where it's like it's loud and everything.
Oh!
It made me sad and scared at the same time. My grandpa has been dead for like 2 years or so, and I just see him in the kitchen, and like, cause it used to be his house that I live at. And he just turns around and he runs at me and he fucking grabs me and there's like a cross on his head.
What?
And it's just like this loud, like a high-pitched noise, and I wake up and I just feel like crying because I'm like, Grandpa, no. But then I had a dream later and it was way normal with him, so I'm like, oh, you know, I'm good with him. So.
Grandpa, what?
But that was, and then another one. Oh, I have dreams. I don't have the like nightmares that like continue on. I have dreams that do that. Like I'll dream something and then like the next week I'll like continue the plot line of the dream.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah, I love those.
I love those. Yeah.
I hate when you're like in the middle of like a really like a dream with a great plot,
Right?
great character development, and then you wake up right as it's getting good,
And then you just
Oh,
forget. And then you forget.
and then you forget, and then you're like, it was so good, and I'm pissed.
Yeah. You just become angry.
Like, I wanted to keep a dream journal just so that never happens to me again.
Okay, and and this has been a tangentially conversational podcast. If you loved our scatterbrained antics, thanks, and tune in next time when things are
he can't read. I have to
are
sign
or
it to him.
aren't spoken upon. And if you hated our lacking of
thematic
cohesion, I can't read this. It's so dark.
It's very dark.
Thanks, and tune in next time for more of the exact same. Go fuck yourself.
I can't read.
I can't read in the dark. There's literally one light, and it's all the way across the room.
And it
See,
flickers.
see, Skeeter, this is your Alabama brain kicking in.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Boy, a genius graduates high school.
Bar genius.
Just got my indoor plumbing installed this week. The first one in town.
No, I don't trust that indoor plumbing. It seemed like a spawn of Satan, if you ask me.
Honestly. Same with the libtards.
Like, where do the water go?
Where do the water go?
Where do it go?
Why are you taking my water?
Obama is taking our water.
He's
so we can
taking our
drown it.
shit, and he's using it.
To turn the frogs gay. Turn
Oh
it
my
off.
God.
Turn off the podcast.
Turn off plumbing.